pushed on, and Liam Watson took his tally to 16 points as his side booked a place in the Croke Park decider on St Patrick's Day thanks to a 27 points to 2-13 win.
The Cleha, Donegal agus Laois agus the Bannister Donegal Jim McGuinness. Jim, after last week's disappointment, I suppose you'd have thought you'd have gone away with something from Park Kessler, having played so well, but nothing on the board to show. So how important are 2 points today?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a big game for both teams, I suppose. Obviously, both of us going into the game with no points, so it's all to play for, really, you know. And hopefully now we can put in a good performance here at home. You're
missing some of your big guns: Michael Murphy, Colin McFadden, Martin McElhenney, a few more that are kind of coming back towards themselves. You know, it gives out, I suppose, other fellas an option that maybe they hadn't before.
Well, that's true, I suppose. But I mean, at the same time, you'd like to have them. You know, I suppose you look at Dublin without the two Brogans there against Kerry. You know, and you'd feel that they missed a wee bit of an edge, and even Kerry last night. You know, and with Gooch not knocking about. You know, so really top class players have an impact on teams. You know, and for us, we'd prefer to have them. You know, but you know, Christy Toy and Eamon McGee as well is missing there, so we're a wee bit stretched. You know, which leaves the bench a wee bit stretched. But sure, hopefully we can pull something out of the fire today and maybe get a 3-week break then, and we could have a few boys coming back into the reckoning.
Having played Laois twice last year, it's one apiece. You obviously beat them in the league final, so I mean, I suppose you would have targeted this one as a must-win game.
Not really. Like, I mean, our goals for the season really is the same as last year. We're trying to get enough points to stay in the division, try and unearth a few players, you know, that maybe could play in championship football. And I suppose from a managerial point of view, I'm looking forward to seeing Martin Riley play in the day as his debut. He played very well the last day. Himself and Patrick McBurty both played in the vocational schools final last year, so they're only 18, both of them, you know, and they're all across the half forward line, as is Mark McHugh, so, and Dermot Malloy's on the edge of the square. So we've got 4 there under 21, you know, that are very young, and you know, how they fare out today, I suppose, you know, when they're all playing together, it'll be interesting to see if they can get a good performance, and you know, it would bode well for the future if we can.
Now, of course, there is one big story in Donegal, Jim, which I have to ask you, having Kevin here beside us, coming out last week, as he did, saying that as far as he was concerned, his inter-county career was over. I know that you left the door slightly ajar maybe during the league launch. What's your reaction to what was said on Friday during Show Sport, and is the door still open?
Well, there's no reaction really, you know. Kevin made his decision, that's it, you know, really. For us, you know, this is 2012, that was 2011, and we have to move on now, you know. So effectively, it's over? Well, I mean, that's Kevin's decision, you know. Like, I mean, he made his comments on Friday night, and whatever the comments are, that's they are, you know. From my point of view, you know, we've dealt with the issue. But
finally, I suppose want to know, as we move towards, say, the latter stages of the league, when you tend to see county players coming back and managers maybe patching up their differences, would you see that as a possibility later on this season?
I think I've made my comment already, Michal.
Okay, all right. Gurmaga Jim as tactastic and lartling and such around the calculator. Okay. Well, Denigi Pera das Shin Gurvale vach Ní dólam gohfuil deire tagtha leis an scéal áirithe seo go fóilach péiscéal agus leanaig an chunspóid seo tharaigh píosa eile péiscéal.
Donegal hoping to bounce back from that 1-point defeat in Newry last weekend, make 3 changes among their forwards today. Martin Riley comes in at number 12, and there are starts here in Letterkenny for Dermot Malloy and Adrian Hanlon. All 3 were used as subs against Down. Justin McNulty makes just 1 change in personnel, but a number of positional switches in the hope of finding the right balance for Laois. John O'Loughlin switches to centre-half back, and Damien O'Connor coming in at wing forward. The one dropping out is Shane Julian. Carrying it down here with some purpose is Colin Begley, the Parnell's man. Used to play with Stradbally. Back in as far as Quigley again. Hand pass forward, Monolly was involved. Thought about giving a return pass, and a kick from out a good 35 metres. Beautifully put over there by Ross Monolly. First point of the match then, coming after 4 minutes of play. Laois off the mark. Helped on by Ryan Bradley. And that time it's given away as far as Colin Begley. This time Paddy McGrath reaching in and catching Paul Cahalane, and Cahalane is in some distress, and Michael Duffy has the notebook out. It was a poorly judged tackle, not so much a tackle as a foul. Yellow card for Paddy McGrath and a warning. Well, the free taker once again is going to be Ross Monolly, this time thinking about kicking it from the hands. Bit far out for him, so maybe Quigley to work it in. Dished back again as far as Monolly. He's got 1 point already in this game, and he's now got another one. quickly taken free kick. Good awareness by Brendan Quigley to play it back to him. Munnelly, a very, very competent and confident kicker, getting a second point. Paul Durkin here, who took a couple of long-range frees in Port Esler last week for Donegal without any success, reaching Martin Riley with that kick. So from the short kick out, it's Donegal with simple and effective football. 3 players were involved, and the third one manages to put it over the bar, and it's Paddy McBrearty with his second point of the match, and he levels the game here at 2 points apiece, 20 minutes gone. Was a time when he used to sit and watch matches from the stand, now down on the sideline, encouraging his young charges. John O'Loughlin was fouled. John O'Loughlin takes the free kick himself for Laois, and it's a good one because it's reached Ross Munnelly, and onto the left that will come, and that's beautifully put over the bar. It's a third point of the match for Ross Munnelly already, and now Laois lead the game by double scores, 4-2. O'Connor playing it back. Again they hold it with Paul Cahalane. Big one in towards Clancy, broken. This is good play, and almost for a moment there the referee must have been considering that attack, because the Laois player looked to be fouled on his way in, but in the end they get a point out of it, and it is Colin Begley who gets his first of the day to make it 5 points to 2. But when this ball was played in by Paul Cahalane here, knocked down by Clancy, and into it quickly came David Conway. The referee thought about the foul, or was there a foul, allowed play to continue anyway, deciding against a penalty, and Begley swept it over the bar. On as far as Rory Kavanagh, they're 3 behind Donegal. They're looking for a score here, trying to work it in on the edges, not easy. McBrearty, and McBrearty looked very composed. That's his third point. He's got all of Donegal's scores so far. He managed to get away past Kieran Lillis, then just composed himself at that vital moment to slot it over with his left. It's 5-3. Inside the last 30 seconds of the opening 35 minutes. There'll be 2 minutes of injury time played. Quigley, and still it's Laois, and still they look threatening. The angle is awkward. Out comes Durkin, gets a fist up as a goal chance. That's a penalty. Has to be. Desperate defending at the back, and Michael Duffy blows the whistle, and there was no question or doubt about this. It was played in by David Conway initially, and look for Paul Cahalane here, and Carol Lacey came from behind. Combination of Lacey and McGee got him, and the referee got the 2 of them, and it's a penalty. Paul Cahalane to take this, and he scored. Beautifully dispatched in the 36th minute, first minute of stoppage time. That's how to take a penalty. Look at the amount of space now Laois have been given. Donegal have just funneled back into their own 40-metre area, and the big spaces now are being filled by Laois players. O'Loughlin in towards Clancy, and a chance of a second goal. Pádraig Clancy, 53 minutes gone. Well, was he inside the square? Ball played in here, it was on or about the edge of it, and the referee says perfectly fair goal. Darren Strong delivered it in. Clancy got there ahead of Neil McGee, and Clancy has got a goal. It's 2-8 to 4 points. Well, they're missing big players, but there's something wrong about the way Donegal are playing today. This is really very poor. Donegal trying to salvage something from this game. 10 points behind. That's in as far as Neil McGee. Oh, the goalkeeper has fumbled it badly. Thompson trying to force it home, and it's a scramble on the line. The goal's been given. Donegal get a lifeline, and they're back in the match, 2-9 to 1-5. Neil McGee's shot here, a relatively tame one, finished by Thompson. Lillis tried to get the ball away, but the umpire, perfectly positioned, said it's a Donegal goal. Well, that ball's been kicked out here, and it's won back again by Donegal. David Walsh feeding it as far as McBrearty. Gallagher's there. Lillis couldn't take it. Gallagher can. There's a second goal for Donegal, 2-9 to 2-5, and it came as a result of this kick out here, which was fumbled there by Kevin Meaney, won back by David Walsh. McBrearty set it up for Neil Gallagher, who found the back of the Laois net. 4 points the margin. Kerr Healy. 2 challenges on him. Eventually it's Paddy McBrearty. Has Donegal's fight back come away too late? Peter O'Leary. If Laois can get another score, that might well be it. In comes O'Leary again. He's got a goal chance. Oh, he's missed everything. Goal and point opportunity. Well, it was a chance to absolutely put this game well and truly beyond Donegal's reach. As it is, it's still 2-9 to 2-5. Mark McHugh then in the final 30 seconds of added time. We've already played over 90 seconds. Down into the corner here. Rory Kavanagh kicking it, and Rory Kavanagh has put it over the bar. So there's a goal between them. Well, the referee has now played the 2 minutes of added time. Brendan Quigley waiting for the ball to be kicked out into the middle by Owen Culleton. Laois, who lost at home last week against Mayo, have come here and they've taken the points from the Ulster champions Donegal, who beat them in the League Two decider last April. And it finishes here with 3 between them. Laois 2 goals and 9 points. Donegal 2 goals and 6.
We knew that we competed very well with Donegal last year. We had no fear of competing with them again, especially that they were missing quite a few of their key players. So we knew we could come up here and compete. Obviously, we should have probably won by a lot more than we did, but still, to come here and get a result, we're very happy with that.
So Laois pick up their first points of the campaign, but a worrying start